Mr. Speaker, over the last few years, I've had the privilege of spending a lot of time around education, both here in the body and at home. I've sat in a lot of meetings on the Education Committee and with individuals and groups, but three words always surface during conversation: recruitment, retention, and outcomes. Recruitment and retention were related to our teachers. Outcomes is what we hope to see out of our students. And whether you've been in this body a few years or a long time, if you spent any time around an educator at all, and I've lived with one for 25 years, my wife has often said, I love my job, I love my students, I just wish I could teach. That's what House Bill 48 aims to do, is it frees up our teachers to do what they signed up to do, teach. So this bill, over the last 6 months or so, during the summer of last year, I spent a lot of time with the gentleman from Jackson, the gentleman from Spencer, and some teachers and administrators from around the Commonwealth who came to Frankfort each month to sit down and talk about the things that they hope to see, the things they hope to change and make a difference in, to free up some of that time. And we tried to stay on course and find about 5 or 6 things that we could eliminate to begin this path. This isn't a comprehensive plan. This does not fix the issue. This is the first step in a long road that we're on. But this bill does 6 things toward that path, and one little bonus I'll give you. First and foremost, it reduces the frequency of required evaluations from once every 3 years to once every 5 years. It streamlines the professional development provisions into a single statute section, and it reduces the burden of state mandated PDs. Teachers are mandated to do 24 hours a year of professional development. What we tried to do is put them all in one place and have them on a rotational basis where in the first year they'll get them all, but after that period they will do one every 4 years as a review. The third thing it does, it updates filing requirements for the continuous school improvement plan. Fourth, it prohibits the board from imposing any new reporting requirements that are not authorized by state statute or federal law. The next 2 things are non-codified language. It's some requirements on KDE. It would require KDE to submit a report to LRC to detail the submission requests used to complete CSIPs and CDIPs. It's a Cognia software, and from what I understand, it's a very convoluted process. It takes hours and hours to complete, but not all of them are relevant to the process at all that they're having to do, but they're having to go through each step to get where they're trying to go to reach the outcome. The 6th thing is it requires KDE to submit a report to LRC that describes each reporting requirement imposed on schools and districts. And on these 2 items, those things that are not approved in statute, if they're not supported by federal law or state statute, and unless they're preserved by statute in the coming year, they all sunset, they're gone away. The last thing it does, it addresses something that we did last year in a previous bill as an unintended consequence. There was a change made to mandate and implement mentor programs for new teachers. In doing so, we unknowingly put those schools in a position where they may not be eligible for federal funds. This goes back to permissive language to allow those districts to draw down federal funds to make sure they're not missing out on that money. Fixes an unintended consequence. That's all it does. Mr. Speaker, I move passage of House Bill 48 as amended by House Committee Sub 2.